Before we go to the semi-finals between India versus England, where we'll be showing some extraordinary footage, I would like to just take you through the World Cup right from the first match up to the semi-finals. As you know, as I said earlier, the first match against West Indies at Old Trafford, Manchester was probably a very, very important match. It was a rain-affected match. In those days, if it was a rain-affected match, the day was carried out from the first day to second day. And mind you, it was a 60-over match. Since it was rain and the delayed start, Clive Lloyd won the toss and put us into bat. And you won't believe I was not in the original 11 at all. And suddenly, probably because of people like Farooq Engineer who had come into the dressing room, and Gavaskar probably going and telling Kapil, saying that Srikanth's mainly a one-day player. He's been picked for the World Cup, especially for his one-day abilities. You should play him. Then I was probably thrust into the 11 in the last moment. You won't believe. I was playing in the 11 just 5 minutes before the toss, and I was probably really tense. But then I just went on and probably scored 14 runs. And from then on that particular match, Yashpal Sharma came very good. He scored some very good runs. And we put up a decent total, about 260 odd runs. And what happened is, we got quite a few quick wickets. Roger Binney bowled at his best. Kapil Dev taking some early wickets, and that put pressure on the West Indian batsmen, and they did crumble under pressure. That victory gave us an extraordinary boost. A lot of people think it was the 1983 World Cup final that was a turning point in Indian cricket. Yes, it's a major turning point in Indian cricket, but I can tell you one thing. The first match against West Indies at Old Trafford, Manchester, in my opinion, is one of the highlights in Indian cricket, because that really gave us the, charge. We beat West Indies the first match, the opener of the World Cup, and that upset really created waves in England. The second match, we beat Zimbabwe quite comfortably at Leicester, but then suddenly the third match against Australia, we lost badly to them. Australia just hammered us all over. Just imagine a guy like Trevor Chappell, who was not really known for his batting abilities, he thrashed us all over and we lost badly. Suddenly, our spirits slightly came down, and the next match against West Indies was the second round robin match. Again, we lost badly. So probably our spirits came down quite a bit more also. Again, people never gave us a chance. Everybody expected West Indies and again Australia to qualify from our zone to qualify for the semi-finals. The next match was, probably the match in one-day cricket ever played, at least as far as the Indians are concerned. The match against Zimbabwe. From 17 for 5, Kapil Dev played one of the most classic knocks ever in one-day cricket, and we won that match. And that again raised our spirits. Then that particular match, probably when we realized that the captain single-handedly had gave us a chance of qualifying for the semi-finals, I think we got really charged against Australia. And as a team, we performed very well at Chelmsford, and we beat Australia quite comfortably and then qualified for the semi-finals against England. Now coming to the semi-finals against England, on the other side of the pool, there was the Pool B. They have done extraordinarily. They have won quite comfortably all the matches. A guy like David Gow was in extraordinary form, and their openers were also in good form, especially Graham Fowler was in terrific form. So the English tabloids never gave us a chance at all. In fact, the English tabloids thought that it's going to be a repeat of the 1979 final. The 1979 final was between England and West Indies, which West Indies won very, very comfortably. So they expected a repeat of the 1979 final. On the eve of the semi-finals against England again at Old Trafford, Manchester, the English tabloids wrote us off totally, saying that no way, it's going to be India. And I still remember the English television commentators and as well as tabloids and some expert commentators were discussing what strategies England should employ against West Indies in the finals. They had really forgotten about the West Indian match at all. They never spoke about India-West Indies match. They were only talking about England versus West Indies final. And that was the mood on the eve of the semi-finals against England at Old Trafford, Manchester. But then it was a good feeling for us, because it's always better to be underdog, because nobody expects wonders from us. Qualifying for the semi-finals itself was a great achievement. So that way, there was no pressure on us. For us, it was everything to gain, nothing to lose.
That's a lovely shot. First boundary of the day, a beautifully timed shot there by Graham Fowler. Half volley on the leg stump, he put it away to perfection. good runs there. Beautiful shot by Tavre. Allowed it to come on, clipped it away very firmly through mid-wicket. And they've run exceptionally well. In fact, all 4 runs there to Kris Tavre. It's nicely played. Fleet into good position, steered it away to long leg. Again, they're coming back for the second, and again it's close. Well, Marshall giving it a good long look, shakes his hand, and shakes his head. And that's a good-looking shot. And that big gap between cover and mid-off. And it's a slight error, and this is exceptionally good running that they've made 3 out of it. And he's cracked that away on the offside. So in vain. Looking to hit that direction of mid-off. Dev thinking no change is necessary yet. Continues himself and is beautifully put away through mid-wicket by Tavre. Really was a lovely stroke again. That's going to be 4 more.
.48 for no wicket in the 12th over. Getting that away through the gap on the offside. The outfield pretty quick. 4 runs. 50 up. A very promising start indeed for England. Over the top. Over the top of Madan Lal at Dietrich Midon for 4 runs. Not much getting past the England bats this morning here at Old Trafford, but that one from Roger Binney. Well bowled, and he's out, thin edge. That was a good one. First success then for India. Roger Binney. Tavre gone for 32.
So England better just by 1 run the opening stand that they established against Sri Lanka in the last game, with Kris Tavre out for 32. 2 very good balls from Roger Binney. The second just finding the edge of Kris Tavre's bat. A minimal deflection, but Kirmani makes no mistake with the catch.
Madan Lal, Degar. No ball.
And he's bowled him all over the place. Binney takes another wicket. And Fowler clean bowl for 33, leaving England now 84 for 2 in the 21st over.
And looking at this again, you can see that bottom hand coming in. He plays all round this. Binney just holding that one up. A very useful delivery. Pitch middle and off. And hit the off stump.
Madan Lal. Hit very crisply off the back foot again by Gower. Straight to the skipper at short extra. Just a slight worry about David Gower. It's really looked a little bit too easy for him, and one hopes he doesn't slip back into that casual manner of a couple of years ago. And there again, that little lack of concentration on field, little tentative prod forward. And that's a bit useful too. Struck much more firmly by Lamb. So it was a half volley, was wide of the off stump. It brings up the 100. A satisfying position for England here, reaching 100 in the 25th over for the loss of just 2 wickets. And that's out. Yes, caught behind Gower. That little slip shot again outside the off-stump, thickish edge, and this time Kamani moving away to his left. You could quite well, low down. And Gower goes 107 for 3. And David Gower caught Kamani, bowled Amarnath for 17.
And it's also interesting to note that it is now some 14 overs since England scored a boundary, and boundaries are what England need.
I don't think Yashpal will get near, Sandhu will get near that. Getting, and Lamb will have to hurry, that's out! Lamb has run out. Very, very quick thinking, a fine piece of cricket by Yashpal Sharma. The initial danger looked to be for Gatting going up the far end, but the danger was for Lamb coming down the other. So that's a very important wicket for India to get. The leg stump, there's the leg cutter, and Gatting never looking comfortable. Crowd are going absolutely mad, the Indian camp over on the far side. What a fine spell by Amarnath here. The wicket of Gower, now that of Gatting. 5 down, 150 in the 42nd over.
It's got 3-man pushback on the leg side boundary. Feeling that at some stage both of them might unwind. He's unwound in the reverse manner. That's the famed reverse sweep, which he middled quite comfortably and brings him 2 runs. That's a roar of applause from the crowd. It's an ingenious little shot, which always seems to delight spectators. That's gone. Well, that turn just fractionally kept very low, and both of them has gone. He's bowled for 6 by Azad, and England in real trouble here at 160 for 6. Ball, I think, hit the stump about a foot high, and poor old Ian Botham was left high and dry. It's a little bit of tip and run at the moment. Joyful Indian section of the crowd. Oh, Gani's done him. Would you believe it? He's stumped. What a terrible end there for freaking Gould. He's tried everything he knew to get out, caught behind. Sets off for an absolutely stupid run to the wicketkeeper, who gently rolls it back, and he goes stumped.
Yes, Jim, I don't think there's any question he got a bottom edge on it. So I think he is ingloriously run out.
And there's bowling. Good delivery again from Kapildev, cutting back in, might just have flicked the pads. So Vic Marks goes for 8. Big trouble for England at 177 for 8 in the 54th over. Benito Dilly. There's a fortuitous inside edge for 4 runs. He's given himself room and he's gone. Caught at short third man. Patil takes a catch. Another wicket to Kapildev, and Allott goes 202 for 9. big shout for LBW, but rather fancy that was also going down the leg side. Osler, I believe, thought so too. And that's 4 runs, a thick edge this time. And that's got to be wide this time, 4 wides. And that, not a very intelligent delivery from Kapildev. I think one knew entirely what was in his mind. You saw him moving away to give himself room, tried to fire it in at his legs, but fired it much too wide, much too wide. Perfectly timed, the last ball of the day. Bob Willis's leg stump goes over. He's out for naught, and England are dismissed at the end of 60 overs for a score of 213.
Not a lot for the England bowlers to play with.
You all saw that England just scored 213 in 60-over quota, and that was some great bowling by Indians. Roger Binney was, as usual, in great form. He gave us the early breakthroughs. Kapil Dev, as usual, got his early got his wickets, well supported by Madhulal. But in this particular match, as you saw, probably the best bowler was Mohinder Ramanath with his gentle, slow, medium pace, which made probably a vast difference in this particular innings. If you look at the way the English batsmen batted, I think it is purely a little bit of overconfidence also from their side. I thought was one of the reasons why they lost badly. And of course, we had a plan. The wicket we knew would spin, and Kirti Azad bowled very well as an off-spinner. And mind you, you saw the way the ball turned into Botham and bowled him. And that time you were allowed to have 6 fielders on the onside and just 3 fielders on the offside. And Kirti bowled a brilliant plan. The ball was turning so much and coming in. Botham, in sheer desperation, when she had 3 people on the legs that side, that is long on, deep mid wicket, deep square leg, short fine leg, short square leg, and short mid wicket. That means Botham was frustrated. And I think it was very good planning by Kirti Azad and good captaincy by Kapil Dev too, keeping his field placements to the impeccably correctly. And that really brought the downfall of Botham, and that was a very, very big wicket because Botham could turn the match anyway. Anyway, having got them out for 213, we all knew all we needed was a decent opening partnership and just play out the 60 overs. And let's see how we achieved it.
They started very carefully, and by the 10th over were 21 without losing a wicket. This is the point where we joined Dilly, Burling to Srikkanth.
Tavare do well to get that. It looks all right. Don't think Gavaskar quite timed it, but enough pace in the shot for 4 more runs. Oh, my word, he's hit that right over the top of Willis at mid-off. 4 handsome runs. That's the first really belligerent blow we've seen from this flashing stroke maker. And as soon as one says that, Gavaskar pushes out to Allott. Allott in his second over. Took some stick in his first. And Gavaskar has nicked him down to Gould. Gavaskar gone for 25. And my word, it was a wicket that England badly wanted. 46 for 1 in the 14th over.
Ian Botham, second over to Srikkanth.
It's gone a long way on the leg side, 4 runs. And Botham will have to get his line and length better than this. That's gone high. Willis is underneath it. He doesn't drop much. Oh, beautifully judged. Went up a long way. And Srikkanth has perished as we thought he might. Playing his natural game and I dare say that his captain will have a word or two about that.
Well, I don't know why he felt that that was the one to try to whack into the stands, but I don't think the ball did anything in particular. For one moment Marks was looking to catch it, and Bob Willis has obviously said, "Mine!" He stands out of the way while the captain comes across, and Bob Willis, if he gets somewhere near, with those great big hands, he drops very few.
Through the gap this time, all right. Clipped away. Very cool, very